Good morning, class. We are here at our week 5 to 6 topics. So, today we're going to discuss the process scheduling. Okay. So, before we start, yeah, I just want to remind you, though I already created an announcement in our BBL that our for the section uh, CIS 343, the exam for the first three topics that we have will be on ano ba ito? Will be on September 24. Okay? And then for the CIS 344, definitely it would be on Friday, September 20. Okay? All right. Let's proceed with our topic for today. Okay. So process scheduling, no? Just to give you an idea, the process scheduling is the activity of the process manager that handles the removal of the running process from the CPU and the selection of another process on the basis of a particular strategy. Okay, and process scheduling is an essential part of a multi-programming operating system, such as operating systems allow more than one process to be loaded into the executable memory at a time, and the loaded process shares the CPU using time multiplexing. Okay, so here would be our topics, no? Process management, no? And under of it would be the process scheduling. So we will be focusing on the process scheduling. Okay. All right. So for the process scheduling, we have two types, no? Now one is the non-preemptive, no? And a process voluntarily gives up CPU. IO request, di ba yung IO request natin is IO request and then merong another queue. No, meron siyang queuing, di ba? So IO burst, IO request, di ba? Meron tayong ganun. And process is block. Then when request ready, it is put back into the ready queue. Okay? And a process creates a new child daw, no? Or child or sub-process. Meaning, yung non-preemptive is creating daw ng child process or ng sub-process. Halimbawa, meron tayong mga major process or mga major process, and then under of it, meron siyang child and then or sub. Okay? So, ganun nag-work yung non-preemptive. Okay? And it is also finish instructions to execute. Process termination. PCB and resources assigned are deallocated. Okay? And just to have a additional information when it comes dun sa preemptive, non-preemptive natin. This is the resource can be taken from a process until the process completes execution. So meaning that the switches of resources occurs when the running process terminates and move to a waiting state. Okay? And then this is another process scheduling policy, no? Another type. So which is the preemptive. And this is a process to force to give up the CPU, no? Interrupted during to the higher priority process. Interrupted daw dahil merong mas priority. So meaning meron pa rin prioritization na nangyayari. And then each process has fixed time sliced to use CPU. Okay? So another ano neto, no? Call this another definition, no? The the OS allocates the resources to a process for a fixed amount of time. During during resource allocation, the process switches from running state, from running state daw, going to uh, from running state to ready state, or switching from waiting state to ready state. Okay, so merong switching na nangyayari. Okay, again, running state to ready state or waiting state to ready state. Okay, yun yung napag-aralan natin from the last topics natin. Okay, okay. Schedule algorithm metrics. No, marami tayong type nito, no, pero yeah, just to give you a sample, ito yung number 1 natin. CPU utilization. Fraction of time CPU is utilized conceptually. CPU utilization can be arranged from 0 to 100%. Okay, so in a real system, it should range from 40 light load system to 90 heavily used system. Ito yung nakikita natin pagka Control Alt Delete natin, and ito yung CPU. Okay? Yan. Habang gumagamit tayo ng applications, definitely you will also be able to see here. Okay? And then actually, no, the main objective of any CPU scheduling algorithm is to keep the CPU as busy as possible. Baga parang kailangan nating i-push na yung CPU natin is maging busy as much as possible. Kasi ito yung pinaka isa sa main hardware ng computer natin, or ng computer natin. Okay? So theoretically, sabi niya dito, dapat 0 to 100% yan. Pero yung nga, usually ito lang siya, no, from light to heavy, no, 90%. Minsan may mga times din naman na nag 100% yun, no, pero usually hanggang dito lang siya. Okay, depende yun dun sa load ng system. Okay, and the next natin would be number of processes that completed per time unit, no? And this is a measure of the work done by the CPU. Ito daw yung nagme-measure ng ginagawa ng CPU. Is the number of processes being executed and completed per unit of time. Okay? Okay, and next natin is turnaround time, or turnaround amount of time to execute a particular process. No, ito daw yung ano niya, yung pinaka-formula niya. Waiting in ready queue plus executing on CPU and plus doing I/O. Okay? So for a particular process, an important criterion on how long it takes to execute the process. No, so the time elapsed from time of submission of a process to the time of completion is known as turnaround time. Okay? So ibig sabihin, measure, no? Mini-measure natin yung turnaround time, no? From submission up to the completion. Okay? And then next would be the waiting time. The sum of the periods is spent waiting time in ready queue. No? Usually, no, a scheduling algorithm does not affect yung time required to complete yung process natin once it starts the execution, or it starts the execution. It only affects the waiting time of process. For example, no, is time spent by a process waiting in the queue. Okay, and then the next metrics natin would be response, and I think that would be the last, no, response time, no, amount of time it takes from a when request was submitted until the first response. Kumbaga parang kailan siya na-submit, and then yung unang response niya. So yun yung tinatawag na response time. Parang pagka nag-click ka, di ba? So pag nag-click ka, ang expectation natin agad nagre-respond siya. Okay? So yung response time or yung right click natin, di ba? So ayun. So yeah, turnaround time is not the best criterion, sabi doon ni response time. A process may produce some output fairly early and continue computing new results while previous results are being output to the user. Okay, so yun nga, sabi ni response time, hindi daw best criterion si turnaround time. Okay, mas ano daw siya sa response time. Okay, and then process schedule algorithm. So we have the first come first serve or FCFS. We have the shortest job next, priority scheduling, shortest remaining time, and also the round robin. So this would be the topics that we're going to discuss on our next video. Okay, so I will be stopping the recording and then proceed with the next topic natin.